Guys, Dak Prescott suffered a compound fracture and dislocation of his ankle while being tackled in the third quarter in yesterday's win against the Giants. Dak was carted off and immediately taken to a hospital where he underwent a successful surgery last night. Shannon, what was your reaction when you saw this?
I was heartbroken. Skip, I knew it immediately. I knew immediately when he went down like that. As you remember, Skip, this is why they banned the Cowboy, the horse collar, because Roy Williams had broken 3 people's ankles doing this very move. Is basically, and he didn't Cowboy collar, he didn't horse collar Dak. He just dropped all his weight down because Dak was trying to stiff arm him, and he was trying to hold Dak, and so he tugged him and dropped his weight down. Skip, I didn't break my ankle, but the very first time I tore ligaments in my ankle is that Albert Lewis tackled me like this from behind, and it pinned my ankle up under me.
Yep.
And luckily, my ankle gave that it didn't snap. But I knew immediately, and I hate this. I hate the franchise tag, because the franchise tag, I don't care what anybody says, the team is betting against you. The team bet against Dak, and they won. I hate they did this to him, because he had proven after year 3, he had proven after year 4, and they made him go into year 5 having to prove that that he was deserving of what he was asking for. I hate this happened to Dak. Considering everything that he's gone through with the loss of his mom a couple of years ago, his brother tragically died, Skip, that April or May, and now having to deal with this. I hate that he has to go through this. But, and I've only been around Dak a handful of times, Skip. It is really hard, trust me, to critique and analyze a player that you have such great respect for. He's a first-class man.
Mm-hmm.
There's nothing that you can say about this man, the way he conducts himself, the way he carries himself. He's what the NFL wants the league to be represented by. He's it.
He is.
And it's so, man, Skip, man.
Our man Derek Brooks is a mentor to him and just raves about his character.
He does, man.
Yep.
And Brooks, he texted me yesterday, heartbroken.
Likewise.
Skip, I had a tear in my eye, because I know what this means. And it just hurts me so bad when you pour so much into it. And Skip, let me tell you what. In 1999, I was, trying to get a contract extension with the Broncos, and it didn't happen. In week 4, I broke my collarbone. And I'm sitting on the field, and I'm saying to myself, you mofos bet against me, and you won. I promise you, what's going through his mind, everything I've done for your 1, 2, 3, 4, you bet against me, and you won. I hate this, Skip. I just want him to heal up. Forget the contract. Forget what's next for Dak. Hopefully, they got him they cleaned the wound up. There's nothing going on, Skip. He had the surgery, and he can heal up. We'll discuss the ramifications of this as far as free agency and where does Dak turn now. We will. But I'm heartbroken that this happened to this young man, because he's class times 15. And I hate I hate anything to happen, but Skip, when you, for him, man, after everything that he's been through, but they say God gives his toughest soldiers the toughest task. Dak will bounce back. Dak will be better than ever.
I agree. I agree with everything you just said. Now, for the perspective from my side of the table, I have believed in this young man since day one. The first day I laid eyes on him was at a preseason game out here in L.A. at the Coliseum just before our show started in 2016. And I told you maybe the first day we were on the air, I love this kid, but I loved him at Mississippi State. You can look it up on the other show I used to do on ESPN. I raved about him, not his last year, but the junior year, when he carried little old Mississippi State all the way to #1 in the nation, more as a running than a throwing quarterback. But it was all guts and all heart, and doing a lot with a little, or at least with medium.
Right.
And he got all the way to Tuscaloosa before he hit the wall, because most teams hit the wall at Tuscaloosa.
They do.
And yet, as soon as I saw him operate that evening out here against the Rams, I said, that's a franchise quarterback. And I told you that immediately, because I was never sold to the point of trusting Tony Romo.
Right.
He was box office for oftentimes the wrong reasons.
Right.
And I thought, this young man can take this franchise places. And in 2016, he did take them places. took them all the way to 13-3, and played very well after falling predictably behind, because it seems like that's what happens with this team and this defense. He brought them all the way back to 31-all against Aaron Rodgers, and here we went. And I've sat over here Monday after Monday after Blue Monday and defended this young man, oftentimes against your critiques, which have been harsh. And now for the context of yesterday. I told you, part of my soul got crushed the previous week against Cleveland at Jerry World when I told you this is it for me. If my team has any semblance of credibility as far as being an NFC title contender, they had to beat the Cleveland Browns, and they didn't beat the Cleveland Browns. So yesterday, I really thought the Giants would win that game, and I told you that Friday. And predictably, my team fell behind 17-3 to the woeful Giants. And I thought, here we go again, but maybe Dak's got him right where he wants him, because this is what he does. There's no better warrior coming from behind, often hopelessly behind, than Dak Prescott, who in the first 4 games of this year had thrown for more yards than anybody in the history of the league. Now, they didn't have much to show for it because they should have been 0-4. It took a miracle recovery against Atlanta for them to steal that game. But yesterday, early in the game, starting at 17-3 down, I started to see some flashes of, wait, maybe they're starting to come together here. I saw my defense actually take the ball away and score with it.
They did.
A takeaway touchdown, a sack fumble created by DeMarcus Lawrence, leading to a scoop and score by Anthony Brown, who just came back from injury. And I thought, hark, maybe there's some hope, right? And then I saw some breaks happen. I saw the Giants hit us with a trick play, fake field goal, touchdown to Evan Ingram. And they said Cam Fleming, who used to be a Cowboy and a Patriot, they said he wasn't quite set.
And he wasn't.
But it was a ticky-tack. It could have been let go, and nobody would have said a word about it.
You know you're coming with that play.
I got it.
Why not just go ahead and get set?
Just get set. I got it. It was... I wouldn't have thrown a flag on it, but they did. Thank you very much. And then there was also a pick play that erased a touchdown early in the third quarter. And I thought, you know what? Maybe this is our day. Maybe this is it. Maybe this is poised for takeoff today. So here we go. We're up 24-33. We're on our way to 31-23 with Dak at the helm. And that happened. And the reason it took me maybe 15 minutes to process it, Dak Prescott's the most durable quarterback in the league. He is 6'2", what do we give him, 235 or 40? And he has been LeBron-esque Iron Man. It's just hard. He had started every game since day one. And he had the 6th most starts in the history of the league without missing a game.
And the thing was, Skip, is that he had never even gotten injured in a game and had to really miss any snaps during the game.
No, he got evaluated for a concussion against Atlanta.
But
came back. I think he missed 2 plays against Atlanta. Last year, at the end of the year, remember, he had a banged-up shoulder and he couldn't practice before Philly, but I don't think they even listed him on the injury report.
But he didn't miss. He was up on the center.
So now they call a quarterback draw, and he takes off through a big hole to the left, and he breaks one easy tackle. And here comes Logan Ryan, who's 5'11".